Hello, welcome. Marlene here. I don't know about you guys, but every store is just filled with Halloween stuff already, so I figured it was time I start making some Halloween cookie projects. For today's video, I made an owl cookie platter, and I decided on some grays and purples. I thought that would make a pretty owl. And now on to the step-by-step tutorial. Before moving on to the decorating, we're just going to look at the assembly of this cookie project. For the head here, this is an oval, and these are leaves that I cut out, and this will be kind of the feather horns on the owl's head. I always make little extra round cookies just to tuck under to facilitate assembly so that everything kind of rests nicely together. Here for the body, and this is kind of the bone of the wing here that extends, the feathers come out, I attach this together. You could certainly leave them detached, but I just cut little notches out of my candy corn. You see this is the candy corn shape, and then I bake them together. And behind that here I have two surfboards, and then these here are the surfboard as well, but I just trimmed a little bit off, and then this is the same cutter as on the head there, that leaf. And so when we position this on top, you see it hides the top of the surfboards and the tie, and then we just put these little round cutters to support the head, and there we have the assembly of the owl platter. So we're just going to be decorating the bottom since that's all that's visible. No point wasting our time on the top. So we're focusing on the bottom. That's the only part that's going to be exposed. I'm adding a black section here. This, if you can see on the other one, creates kind of like a separation between the feathers. It tricks the eye and makes it like a whole bunch of separate feathers. So there. And now I don't want to go with my dark gray just yet. I want it to kind of contrast, and so I'm adding the medium gray here, filling. And about here, I guess that'll be the end of my decorating. I'll go up to here. And then the darkest of the grays in the middle. And we'll fill all this in. Okay, so I've got this pretty much filled in, and now I'm just going to add a little bit of accent colors. So here's that light purple. We're going to be accenting the owl in, and then our light gray. Let's do a line of that here, and then the dark, that dark purple. There, and now at the top I'm just going to fill the rest of the cookie. So I'm just going to fill quickly here at the edge, pull I mean with my needle, and then we'll fill the rest. So let's give this a shake. And now let's create our feathers. So I want a center feather here, so I'm pulling on either side, creating a feather. And then right here on the edge, and then we'll do 2 lines. And you see, we're getting a nice separate looking feather. There. And now I'm just filling in the rest at the top. Let's give this a shake. And there is the tail. Here we have the owl's tummy and the kind of base, the bones of the wing. The feathers are coming out here. And I've got a bit of a guideline for the tummy area, which I want in white. And I'm just here adding like a black line to the design, like so. And then I'm just fading with the darker. And then this is actually the color we used for the face. Let's just pull down here. And then up into the belly, this color. And we're going to pick it all up and shake it up. And now for the actual like feathers that come out on either side, I'm starting off with black and going about here on both sides, and I'm just filling the tip here with a bit of black and then pulling up, creating a V, and then repeating basically in different thicknesses all the way up the feather. So here's the first, the light gray, and then the medium gray over here. And then the darkest right here. And now I'm grabbing my dark purple and I'm just doing a zigzag across, and then the light, the same thing right here and right here, and then grabbing my needle and I'm going to drag up through everything, blending all my colors. And as it heals, you might want to play with it a bit. And there it is. As you move up the wing, the cookies are getting smaller, so there's some slight adjustments. Here for the tip, the final cookie, I'm just adding a bit of black to the end. We want everything to tie in together. There. And the next color is the light gray. And then we're just going to add a squiggly line of that light purple, and we're finalizing the end there in the dark purple. The whole thing here. Fill this in there, and now we can come in and marble all this together. There. That's the tip of the owl's wing. Let's move that over here. And as you can see there, I flip them over when I bake them so that we get a mirror of the cookie. We have two wings, and obviously they have to be symmetrical. Now for the feather, just before the tip, you can see I snipped some of it off before baking because it was sticking out at the top there. And now that light gray, fill that in. The dark gray at the end. On top of all that, same thing as the others, the zigzag of the purple. And let's pull all this. I'm just going to refill here. There's some icing missing. Let's smooth all this up. I'm going to pull some purple into the black there. And let's shake it. And there is the completed end of the wing. Now that I have my guidelines for the owl's horns and the eyes, I can come in. I want to add some dark gray behind the eyes. I'm just outlining and quickly flooding. There. And now my medium gray. I'm just outlining this so that the seam heals together. And now the whole cookie. And we'll just smooth all this out. Now for the head, I'm just creating a little bit of a guideline here in the middle of the horn. That's where I want the horn to kind of end. So it's gonna go, let's say, to here. That'll be the beak. From here, following the edge of that eye, all the way across, back up. And then we're following that horn again, but going down, connecting to this corner and repeating all the way up. Now let's just pull these, and now we can fill this area in. We'll add the eyes once this dries. The horns have had time to dry, and I'm just now connecting my yellow and then creating the beak here. Just follow the shape of the horns. Just take that down and then just shape your beak with your needle here. And now the eyes, I'm going to do them purple just to tie into the rest of the design. I'm adding here some dark purple. Fill the center with the light purple. There. And we're just going to swirl that around. I'm going to push it to connect to the gray here. And then the black dot in the center to create that kind of classic owl stare. And then I'm just adding a little reflection. So a big dot of white and a little at the top. Big and that's it. There's our face. I find my head is missing a little something, so I'm just adding a few lines here to my character. If you direct your attention to the feathers there, you can see they're not exactly the same on the two owls. You can really play around with that element of the design. I chose these colors. I thought it was kind of Halloween color palette. You could obviously make them in any color you choose. Make sure your icing is completely dry before you assemble your platter, or you'll crack that bottom layer. The surface of the icing will get damaged. If you sell your cookies, you can include a little diagram to help your customers assemble the platter once they get home. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so you don't miss any future uploads. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.